The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. Not There and Back Again. This is the final installment in the Hobbit trilogy where we get to see everything come to a head in a gigantic battle. Tons of characters are flying all over the place. The characters' arcs are happening everywhere. Tie-ins to the Lord of the Rings are happening everywhere. People are getting sliced and decapitated. There's swords, there's rings, there's Arkenstones, there's a dragon, there's fire, a whole bunch of stuff, and it's pretty freaking cool. I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. I love the original trilogy. I love the books by J.R.R. Tolkien himself. I grew up with the Hobbit cartoon from the 70s. What I loved about this movie is that you're just in it. It's just boom, you're in this world. There's not much setup. If you haven't watched Desolation of Smaug, at least recently, there is some catching up to do. But you can tell that it's really perfect for a marathon viewing because not only does it tie very well into the last two films, but it ties very nicely with the beginning of The Lord of the Rings. All in all, I really enjoyed this movie. It is the shortest Hobbit film so far. It's actually normal epic movie length. It's like 2 hours and 24 minutes. And it's funny because actually when it ended, I was like, oh, okay, it's over. That was actually kind of short. I'm not used to a Hobbit movie being normal like that. No, I saw the movie in 3D, but not in high frame rate. And I'm glad I didn't because I wasn't really a fan of it when I saw the first film in high frame rate. I didn't see Smaug or this one. To me, it just looks better. The special effects are not as noticeable as they were when I saw it in 48 frames per second. They really stood out in that. It looked like a cartoon. There is a ton of action in this movie. It does feel like Return of the King at times, where bodies are just flying everywhere, heads are rolling all over the place. It's long, it's epic, and Peter Jackson is excellent at directing action, so that's awesome. But the things that stand out to me the most in this movie are the tiny nuances that Jackson so effortlessly puts in some of his characters. Most noteworthy is the relationship between Bilbo and Thorin. These guys are very complicated. Bilbo has the Arkenstone. He's hiding it. Thorin really wants it, and it's starting to drive him mad, almost like Gollum towards the ring. And Bilbo watching this and some of their conversations create some of the most interesting moments in the movie, and that's one of the things I really liked about this movie is it's not just a big epic action movie. Some of the smaller moments with the characters are really well done. So as a Lord of the Rings fan, I like Peter Jackson's vision of this movie. I love the epic action. I love seeing Gandalf and the Legolas back, even though Legolas isn't in the Hobbit book. I like a lot of the stuff going on. The romance, again, just like in Smaug, is very stilted, feels tacked on and unnecessary. Some of the attempts at higher drama fall flat completely. Where this movie succeeds is amazing battle sequences, really awesome characters, a very cool opening scene, and some really well done smaller moments between characters like Bilbo and Thorin. Also, Luke Evans is really good in this movie. I like him a lot as his character. Gandalf, for goodness sake, Sir Ian McKellen, of course, you're gonna know he's awesome. He knocks it out of the park. There are some definite fan service moments in this movie that are not in the Hobbit book, where fans will be like, okay, cool, nice to see that guy. I don't really know why he's there, but it's kind of cool to see him, I guess. Okay, bye-bye, you left. Okay, you're in one scene. Okay, well, nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Are you going to come back? No, you're not going to come back. Do you have any real purpose to be in this movie? No, you don't? Okay, well, you know, it's kind of cool to see you, though. I got to see ya. Yeah. And that's a good segue into my other point. Tolkien purists, people who really love the books, are going to be disappointed by a lot of things. I saw this movie with a friend of mine who's a big Lord of the Rings fan. He hated it. Like, when it ended, he was like, I want to kill someone. And that's because so much of this movie really is not like the book at all. And most people knew that going in. There's tons of added characters. There's just a whole bunch of expanded stuff to really stretch one book into 3 movies. And you're going to have to deal with that, I think. For me, what I think a filmmaker's goal should be when he adapts a comic book or a novel or any other source material is that you capture the tone and feel of that source material. Not that you meticulously recreate every small, minute detail of said source material. I think that's unnecessary. I think if a filmmaker can capture the tone and the feel of that source material, then he has succeeded. And I think that Peter Jackson's vision of Middle-earth is as good as a vision of Middle-earth as we will ever see. It actually feels like a place that we could go to. And that's big praise for a filmmaker. So Bilbo and Thorin are fantastic. The action sequences are mind-blowing. There's a lot of it. It's very fast-paced, although there is a slight rushed feeling to it all. When it ends, you're kind of like, oh, okay, well, it's over. Oh, that was fun. I feel like it's a great companion piece to The Lord of the Rings, and I feel like it ties everything together well. Some of the drama, as I said, doesn't really work, and the romance is just who cares? All in all, I'm going to give The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, a B+. I think it's a really awesome movie. It has a lot of great sequences in there, but it does feel a little bit rushed, and as I said, the romance and some of the drama really doesn't hit home, and there's a lot of added stuff that does kind of feel like fan service filler. I'm excited to hear what you think of The Hobbit if you do see it. Also, if you didn't get a chance to check out my review for Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, in that review, I actually have a match between myself and my good buddy Jake Baldino of Because Video Games and Pretty Much It. So if you want to see us just talk about random stuff while we kick each other's butts in Super Smash, go check out that review on my channel. Also, stay tuned in the next couple days because I'm going to have a review for a very, very obscure anime. I guarantee you won't be able to guess it. You will not guess this anime review. It's so small, it's so obscure, but I'm doing it because you guys have sent me a lot of requests for smaller, more independent reviews, and especially with anime, things that aren't as mainstream. Doing it for you guys. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching, and if you did like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.